Does meaty throw beat wake up button? Ooh wee. That is a good question. No. Third Strike. Oof. Y'all want to know why Third Strike is an amazing game? So if you look at a game like Street Fighter V, what's one of the major? How do people beat you in Street Fighter V? Right? They knock you down and then they do what? Anybody know? They do throw loops. But why do throw loops work? Because in Street Fighter V, there is no throw invulnerability when you wake up. There's 2 frames of throw invulnerability. So they can time the throw on the 3rd frame. So you get off the ground, you got 2 frames of throw invulnerability. By the 3rd, they can time it so that it's by the 3rd frame, the throw's on top of you, boom, you're getting thrown. If you press the button when you woke up, you don't have a button quick enough to come out that'll beat that 3-frame throw that's on top of you. It's going to throw it every time. Insert Street Fighter 3. So that becomes the vortex. Y'all ever been, knocked down into throw set play. That's the game. Boom. Throw. You're literally guessing. You don't, because you can't react. Because the throw is immediately on top of you. So you have to guess. That's why Street Fighter V feels like such a guessing game. Third Strike, a game, mind you, came out 2016 with Street Fighter V. Third Strike came out in 1999, 17 years prior. Had already solved this fucking problem. Because fighting games have been around for a very long time. That's why I'm so frustrated about the new games, because they run into problems that have already been solved. But the issue is the mathematicians and the scientists that came up with fighting games don't work for the company anymore. So you have a whole bunch of new people that don't know all this information. Like, they already dealt with this stuff. That's why Daigo was saying, I'll get back, hold my thought on the throw stuff. Daigo was talking about Street Fighter V recently, and he said, Daigo said, he was playing Kage. He said, Kage's normals suck. He said, what are we doing? He was like, that's why Alpha 3 is such a great game. He said, every normal on every character is good. He said, all the normals are good. He said, because they already made fighting games before Alpha 3, and they realized that characters without good normals just lose. So he said, so they realized, hey, let's just make everybody have good normals. He said, so why are we going backwards? He said, this was already figured out years ago, 97, 98. Like, why in 2020 are you having a problem that's already been solved in your own franchise years prior? Doesn't make sense, because they don't know. So from a player perspective, that's why he's like, just make everybody have good normals, like, so they compete. Like, if they don't have good normals, they're gonna lose. Like, this is fighting games 101. Like, it's already been solved. So I say that to say, go back to the throw loops, which is, now you can see why my frustration, because like I said, I don't just be talking. Like, I really play every fighting game, and I really, really study the mechanics and like thought process behind the games. And a lot of the stuff that be happening is the developers don't know what they're doing, or they put in stuff because they want people to win. Either way, it's beyond the point. Throws. 2-frame throw invulnerability. So because of that, you can put a meaty throw on somebody and they don't have time to react, because they don't have any throw invulnerability to protect them. They're getting thrown. Blow. As soon as you get off the ground. Blow. As soon as you get off the ground. Blow. Third Strike, that does not work. Now, throws are still good, but that specifically does not work. Because Third Strike has 7 frames of throw invulnerability. Why did they do that? Because they didn't want people to just get throw looped. That makes sense. Why would you want a person to get knocked down and never get to play again? Like, now, that extra 7 frames allows me, because I have 7 frames of throw invulnerability, that gives me a little second, not much, but just a little second to make a read of what's going on. Like, not just get thrown and like, I don't have a time to react, so I just gotta guess. You can get a little, that's why Third Strike, you got a little second, and then you can check the throw. Or, like, if you make a hard read, if I think this guy's gonna throw me, I can wake up and do crouching strong, and he can't throw me, because I'm throwing vulnerable for 7 frames. So that crouching strong will hit him out of his throw, because the throw won't be able to hit me because I'm throwing vulnerable. So if you watch some high level people, like if they make a read, bro, that's why Chun Li's so good. Cause Chun Li has her close standing roundhouse that comes out in 6 frames.